Matt Ryan trade speculations. Okay. See, this is what I get with this. I feel like Matt Ryan. I feel like Matt Ryan, he could be good somewhere else. He just need to get away from here. Yeah. Like, I think we're at that point to where Falcons fans is just tired of the mediocrity. We're tired of repeated mediocrity, and we just want if you're gonna you can't just blow up a certain part of the team if you're trying to win a Super Bowl. You got to blow that thing completely up, like the Braves did it. The Hawks did it.
Yeah.
And hell, even the Bulldogs, it ain't no blow up in college, but
it's just
y'all had to start all over. Got y'all Kirby Smart. Yeah. And he built y'all a team from scratch and got y'all championship.
2021 championship. Yeah.
whatever, man. Because y'all know I am an Alabama fan, so that hurt my heart. That hurt my soul. But I feel like if he goes to a team like the Colts that's ready to win now, maybe a Pittsburgh-ish, that he'll still flourish down there with a strong running game and a good enough defense to help carry him. He doesn't carry us for so long. Now that he's getting older, now we're starting to see the mistakes of him right along with our team being bad.
Yeah, I mean,
what you think about it?
I mean, the older you get, sometimes your play get diminished. He's always never had the strongest arm. But one of the things that he's always been real good is being accurate. Pinpoint, you know what I'm saying? Basically doing what he got to do. I just feel like, all them years with Thomas Dimitroff, coming with him with a restructure, coming at him with a restructure. I'm not mad at the decision he made. And what that decision was, okay, yeah, I'll take the restructure because guess what? All that money, I'm going to get it on the back end. So I ain't mad at him for doing that. I would have did the same thing. I'm not mad, not one bit about that, about, him, offering, the restructure, or they coming to him with a restructure something so he can get his money. So I look at when I'm listening to Terry and when I'm listening to Arthur, especially Arthur in particular, when he basically said, we're not going to back ourselves into a corner, I take that as, they're preparing for him to be him, but they're preparing for him to be here. But if you come with a deal that's just that's basically kind of like mind-blowing, I would say something on the heels of what LA just gave up for Stafford, something along the lines of that. If it's mind-blowing to that type of magnitude, then they will pull the trigger. And the only reason why it'll have to be something of that magnitude is because they're going to be eating, if I'm not mistaken, like $46 million the dead cap. Correct. And we already know Terry going, do some from Steve White, shout out to Steve White. From what he's saying, it already looked like they're going to be in the works of extending, Grady Jarrett and Jake Matthews. And then, a couple of cuts along the way to clear that up. So I think they're looking at we're expecting him to be here because they don't feel like there's no one that will come with that type of deal because he is 36. Now don't get me wrong, Matt Ryan can still go out there and play. He can still go out there and do his thing. Mm-hmm. But at this stage of development, a lot of people got to realize, they're already anticipating they're not going to get that type of deal. And I wouldn't just let them go for anything neither because you got to look at that hit you finna take. That's $46 million. That ain't no chump change whatsoever. I mean, last year Philly, did the win situation at $30 million, but $46 million to a team that's already been in devastating cap situations over the years. They looking at, okay, we'll just go ahead and eat that $46 million for this year. And will they draft for success this year? I feel like they would, and I feel like it'll be the best thing doing because if he don't do good next year, if you let him go, which is his last year, I think that's like $23 million. But you got to also take in consideration next year is also when the cap jumps up tremendously for the new TV deals. It was always 2023 season when the cap is through the roof, especially for a team like us. So I think they looking at, we're going to take that $46 million on the chin this year and, ride forward with them. And they also looking at now, if you blow us out the water with the type of deal, yeah, we'll also take it on the chin too. But everybody know with 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be a down year because at that point in time, it's just gonna be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna trade them. You got a successor in place. But I feel like they'll be having someone like Rosen be in the starting role, you know what I'm saying, until they feel like the successor is ready. But I feel like their long-term goal plan is anticipating he's going to be here and get that successor in this draft and then move forward with it. I know a lot of people was like, we should have did it last year. And I'm not going to lie. I was on Justin Fields' train last year too. But, the chips fell where they fell, so it was like, okay, you either do it this year or you just bank on him already doing good this year and then go get that guy next year. But then again, there's no guarantee that you will be. I seen that schedule next year. That schedule was brutal.
It is.
But I can't see in the future. So there's no telling where you're going to end up on the draft board next year. And I was telling a lot of people there's no guarantee. Yeah, Bryce Young will be a junior, but who says he wants to come out next year?
Right, he could stay.
He could stay for his senior year because that's what a lot of them guys did this year who could have came out. They decided to stay because they was like, you know what, I can make my stuff even better. You know what I'm saying? I can grow even better, and then ball out my senior year and then come out. So I'm like, it ain't no guarantee that, throw games, we're going to get Bryce. Ain't no guarantee you're going to come out because then you're going to throw games. You're going to be sitting there 0-17. You're going to be looking stupid because you're going to be like, well, where I got it, then you're going to be in a situation to where you got to end up extending him. Now, I know a lot of y'all are against. I just feel like it's time just to let him play out the deal and then, move forward. But, you're going to have to get his successor this year, but it doesn't have to be at 8.